Hello everyone, this is Brinda from the Department of English. The topic that we are going to see today is the fairy tale of Mohanpur. Students, by the end of the day, you will actually learn about how a society has to be led by all, and you'll have certain theories that you can apply if you are actually the citizens of the society. The author, Mahasweta Devi, is actually a Bengali writer. She is from 1926 to 2016. She is an awardee of Padma Shri Award, Padma Vibhushan Award and SARC Literary Award. The storyline is actually a realism that is portraying everyday's life. Now, the topic is actually a fairy tale of Mohanpur. Fairy tale is actually being imagined by the protagonist Andy, who is actually blind, but in her imaginary world, it is actually where you have a fairy tale where there is no famine, there is no theft or something like that. But Mohanpur is the reality world where she lives, where it is just the opposite of what we are seeing now. Everything is in real life that we have today. The topic Mohanpur is actually talking about the political authorities, how it's been ruled in the village and in the life of every day. How politicians take the higher hands in the other people's life and how things have been handled. Here are the three important ideas that the Mohanpur talks about. The silent sufferings of the subalterns, voice against the corrupt social political practices in the contemporary Indian scenario, and the failure of Indian nationalism to emancipate lower class subaltern women. The characters are Andy, Gobindo and Naskar. Andy, as I told you before, is an old woman who is blind, and she actually depicts the subaltern women of the village. They are all suppressed because of their caste and because they are poor. And talking about Gobindo, Gobindo is a dedicated social worker who mainly wants to fight for the society. He is a communist and he actually plays a vital role in the life of the people of subaltern people. And Naskar, he is the landlord, as we see today where the landlords in every place take a high upper hand. Naskar also is the same, even though when you have a lot of things coming from the government, he takes an upper hand and he plays a vital role in the people in the village. The motive is blindness. Blindness is talking about Andy. Andy, who is blind, actually, it is like what to say, the people in the village are not able to see beyond their boxes. They are not able to think beyond what they are seeing. That is the limit of what is happening around, and that is how people are made blind. Everybody listens to Naskar and they are continuously listening to him. They are not able to listen beyond what is happening. So that is the blindness that mainly it talks about. And this story is actually taking place in a village that is next to Delhi. And Andy is actually the protagonist, and Gobindo is the communist, and Naskar is the landlord. And Andy is actually a very old woman who actually struggles to get eyesight because of it. But what happens is, like, because she is uneducated and illiterate, what happens is like she tries to get vision, but finally she's not able to and she becomes blind totally. Even in her old age, she wants to struggle and eat. That is the situation of the people in the village, even though government has given a lot of schemes for them. And there is no proper health center in the village, where you have a lot of people dying because of that. That is the main thing that is happening in everyday's life, even today. The themes are socio-economic oppression, casteism, and subaltern struggle. The main theme here is subaltern struggle, because people are in the poverty line and they're not able to go beyond their limits. Even when people try to go beyond their limits, they are suppressed and they are not able to raise their voices. So the author Mahasweta Devi actually plays a vital role, and she becomes the voice of the voiceless to try to give them a power. But still, she tries to express all this through her writings, and even today, many of her writings have been talked because of this reason. And the question, that is the assessment, what will happen if you become the character of Andy to represent? If you become the character there, how will you become and how will you represent things? And what would you do if you were in the place of Gobindo as a responsible citizen? Yes, because Gobindo tries to be a responsible citizen and he tries to play a vital role, but still he is being suppressed because he is also uneducated, but still he tries his level best to reach heights. What will be your role if you are a citizen? And finally, how is the author questioning the socio-political inequalities through the text? Yes, the author tries to speak most of the time only through her text, and that is how she communicates to the people who are in the lesser, lower level. So how will you, from your perspective, try to help us out how the author is trying to communicate to you and to the society? These are the references. Thank you.